Okay, so Thunderbolts is finally out on DVD, and I want to get it on Blu Ray. So we are going to go to the store, and we're finally going to get it, and I'm going to watch it a gazillion times because, you know, that's what we do, right?
As we do.
As we do. Watch it a gazillion times. The art that they chose for the DVD is like not of any of the posters. It's just like a yellow background and all of the characters from the film just like standing on the yellow background. And it's like the posters were so cool.
They had so many posters.
Yeah, they had like the Wheaties box one, and they had like the one of all of them fighting each other. Like those would have all made way better DVD covers, and they went with this like really sanitized yellow one. We're gonna try to check Walmart, probably, speaking of anti-capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
We're also gonna try Best Buy, because I think if any retailer is going to have the 4K version or the Steelbook, it would probably be Best Buy. Look, it's Becca's first day using a camera, and she's already shooting B-roll.
I'm so frightened.
Look at this. Look at this. We did not find Thunderbolts on Blu Ray, but we did find Happy Plants.
And this is what I want. This is exactly what I want. I think we should just get this. I think their day is over.
You don't like the art?
I don't like it. I think
yeah,
it's ugly.
but see what I'm saying? Like I also don't really like it.
No. Why is it yellow?
I know. Hey, it's under $30 for it.
Oh, a win is a win.
Oh wait, they had the 4K, but they don't have it anymore. That's okay.
Gross.
Hi, how are you?
I agree with that statement.
Wahoo!
Thunderbolts on Blu Ray.
Finally, in your hands.
Did you know I don't have a Blu Ray player at the apartment? Picture this. It's a holiday and I have the day off work. A lot of stuff isn't open and I just got a $50 gift card to go to the movies. Not many circumstances are better to do one of my favorite things in the world. I have been hearing good things about the new MCU movie, but in general, my feelings on the MCU as late had been, well, muted? So to recap, I'm not paying for the movie, I'm not paying for snacks, and I have nothing better to do. So I went to go see Thunderbolts. And I loved it. I'm gonna spare you the details of the plot and the background of this movie and all of that. This is not really a review. This is not really a review channel. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to give some opinions on this movie I really liked. So if you haven't seen it, spoilers ahead probably, and watch at your own risk. To really understand the state of the MCU, you really don't have to look that much further than the characters in this movie alone. Most of these characters, except for Yelena, Bucky, and Valentina, only appear in one other MCU project. Apologies, let me go through the list. Yelena appeared in Black Widow and Hawkeye, which I hadn't seen. John Walker appeared in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I saw and fell asleep during and don't really remember and found kind of unremarkable. Ghost was in Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I saw and remember none of. Red Guardian was in Black Widow, again, haven't seen. Bucky has appeared in a bunch of stuff, most of it I think I've seen. And Valentina appeared in all the aforementioned stuff that I haven't seen, as well as Black Panther Wakanda Forever, which I did see. And Bob is a new character for this movie. So going into seeing Thunderbolts for the first time, I went in pretty blind and with pretty low expectations with, I mean, Let's just look at the last couple Marvel phases, okay? Apologies, iPad again. Phase 4 starts with Black Widow, which I didn't see, then Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which I saw and I liked, Eternals, which I saw and I didn't like, Spider-Man No Way Home, which I saw and I liked, probably just for the fan service, I haven't seen it in a minute, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which I saw and I have a lot of opinions on. I could probably do a whole video on how I feel about it. Thor Love and Thunder, I saw and I disliked it, and Black Panther Wakanda Forever, I saw and I thought it was fine. Then we go into Phase 5. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which I didn't see, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which I didn't see, The Marvels, which I didn't see, Deadpool and the Wolverine, which I saw and I thought was fine, and Captain America Brave New World, which I didn't see. So basically, out of the last 12 movies in the MCU, excluding Thunderbolts, I saw and liked 2, thought 2 were just okay, disliked 3, and skipped the other 5. I think it's safe to say that I was fatigued with the MCU, and particularly the formula, as well as I thought that the quality of the more recent movies was just not up to snuff. These feelings resulted in me skipping movies like Guardians 3, which were actually very well received, and that I should have been excited for, considering that it's a sequel to one of my favorite MCU movies. I saw Thunderbolts a second time. Basically, what had happened is that I really hyped up the movie to my girlfriend, and then the next time I saw her, she asked me if I would be interested in seeing it again. And I said yes. I do want to make it clear though, I didn't want to see it a second time just because I really enjoyed it the first time. I also wanted to see it again to see if seeing it the first time was a fluke. I wanted to know if seeing it again, now that my expectations were higher, would I still enjoy it? The answer is yes. I think I might have enjoyed it more the second time. So without further ado, here are some of my thoughts on Thunderbolts, and specifically the things about this movie that I think make it work compared to other MCU movies or other recent MCU movies. This movie is generally pretty consistent with its tone. It's a little bit darker and more human than your typical MCU film. I mean, the movie literally opens with Yelena explaining that she is functionally depressed, and that is a through line that continues throughout the rest of the movie. We even explore this through other characters like Bob and John Walker as the movie progresses. On top of that, the movie kind of being darker in tone doesn't mean it's not funny. It still is incredibly funny at times, but it doesn't undercut the serious moments with quips. This movie really lets you live with those emotions and connect with these characters through them. To compare, if there was going to be a movie that's, say, Thunderbolts Wario, I would say it's like Thor Love and Thunder. It's got a lot of similar themes, particularly with things like grief and acceptance, but in Thunderbolts they don't undercut those themes with asinine 2011 goat screaming. This movie looks really good. I know that seems like a low bar to cross for a movie, especially a blockbuster, but a lot of recent blockbusters, and MCU movies in particular, have felt like these really overblown green screen fests where the CGI is noticeably unfinished or noticeably unpolished. Here, in Thunderbolts, they used a lot of practical sets and in-camera techniques and accentuated them with CGI that was clean and well done. I highly recommend you check out the featurette on the third act dream sequence. It's really cool how they filmed it, and hearing them explain how they filmed it and conceptualize it shows that they really put a lot of love and care into how this film was gonna look and feel. I actually don't have a script for this part. I just wanted to say that, like, on top of all of that, I also just, I really like these characters. I hadn't had a lot of opinions on these characters beforehand, so, like, seeing them in this movie, the fact that it was able to take characters that I hadn't really seen in their previous projects or hadn't really cared about and make me leave the theater going, oh, I want to see more of that character. Like, that's really, really good. On Obviously, when it comes to looking at a movie from this lens, there are some things about it that I didn't really enjoy on a critical level, but I don't really think that those particularly matter. And I think they don't matter because those aforementioned things that I really liked about the movie didn't make me just like the movie. They made me love the movie. Though the themes in this movie about mental health are relatively surface level, they did really strike me in a way. I'll be a little real and vulnerable for a second. My mental health has not been the best as of late. I think personally that being able to live in a superhero movie that was dealing with these themes, that really prioritized finding your community in unexpected places, as well as facing things like mental illness, while continuing to try and do the right thing by your fellow person, I think that really stuck with me, and that's one of the reasons why it kind of feels like a very comforting movie for me now. But having enjoyed Thunderbolts or whatever, we now have to ask, the MCU's sixth phase is officially underway, and with Thunderbolts being the end of Phase 5, it critically was well received, but it underperformed at the box office. I personally think this happened for a couple reasons, and neither of these are, like, revolutionary. I think this happened because of a lack of familiarity with the characters, first of all, but also because of that MCU fatigue that's the same that I described earlier in the video. I think it's really unfortunate because Thunderbolts probably won't get a direct sequel. Avengers Doomsday is kind of going to be treated as the de facto sequel to Thunderbolts, and then these characters that I have come to really love are going to be diluted between the 1,000 characters that are supposed to be in Avengers Doomsday. Thunderbolts, I think, will continue to be a movie that people like me who really connected with it will continue to revisit, while the MCU train just kind of keeps on chugging. I'm gonna be real, that's not really the note I wanted to end this video on, but unfortunately that's just what the MCU is. At least now, at the end of the day, I have a new comfort movie that I can watch whenever I need it. And I have a new cosplay. Hey, whoopee up, it's Nikky here. I hope you enjoyed this video. This is the first episode of what I'm calling my Gone to the Cinema series, where I talk about all the movies I see and how much I love going to the movies. So if you like what you see, hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.